What's up, everybody? It's Nova, your host and spirits guide of Cork and Curated, and on this episode, we'll be featuring Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey. It's peanut butter jelly time. Okay, y'all, so on today's episode, we are going to be getting into Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey. I am a huge fan of peanut butter. Anything peanut butter for me is a go. So when I realized that there was a whiskey with peanut butter, I was like, oh nah, we definitely have to try it. I feel like I've seen it in the liquor stores. They even have it in a can version, ready to drink. So I said, you know what? I had so much fun researching the back end of the show. What we're gonna learn about it is so interesting. It's so touching. This is a Asian-owned beverage. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm really interested to figure out the contrast of the flavors because whiskey and peanut butter, how does it work? But apparently it's a heavy hitter. I have not tried it yet. I left it in the fridge. I figured it would be better cold. So let's learn a little bit about the history behind the brand. All right, let's get into the back end of Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey. On the side, it's described as being sweet, savory, and a little bit on the wild side, but we're gonna get into why it's even called Skrewball, okay? The concept started as a famous shot served at the Founders Restaurant in Ocean Beach, California, and has gone on to become a worldwide phenomenon. But before we go deeper into how the brand was conceptualized, I think it's really important to look into the history of one of the founders to see how the full circle moment comes to life. Skrewball is the brainchild of Steven Yeng and his wife, Brittany Yeng. Brittany's are the best, nah. But really, it's because of Steven and his background, his upbringing, that is really the forefront of what Skrewball means and how it came to life. So let's talk about it. Steven Yeng was born in Cambodia and suffered from polio at a very young age, leaving one of his legs paralyzed. So without access to quality health care, and also at the same time with Cambodia being ruled by a brutal communist regime, stripping his family of their professional and financial success in his native land, Steven's parents decided to make a huge decision and flee the country, moving to Thailand, where they lived in a refugee camp for many years. However, his life would change when he turned 7 years old. A family from the US offered to sponsor him, allowing them to move to San Diego, California, specifically Ocean Beach. According to Steven, San Diego has a really huge AAPI community, which helped them bond and acclimate better into the area. His parents were able to get a job at a local donut shop, and a group of elderly people who were already from San Diego, refugees themselves, tutored the children to help them with their English and acclimate even better. Now, to make things full circle, Steven recalls one of his first tastes of freedom with being synonymous with peanut butter. Peanut butter was a common food found in the refugee food packages because of the low price and nutritional value. So in his early years, almost all of the foods that he had was incorporated with peanut butter. After some years and finally having some stability, Steven's family ended up purchasing the donut shop that they worked at when it filed for bankruptcy. After some time after that, Steven and his brother then expanded that to a restaurant industry where they opened up Obi Noodle House in 2008. So it's safe to say they made the American dream happen and found some success for themselves. The restaurant was successful, but reached even more notoriety when it was featured on Guy Fieri's Food Network show, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Naturally, featuring peanut butter inspired dishes was a thing at the restaurant since it was incorporated in his early life, but there was one heavy hitter that made the claim to fame, which was a whiskey shot featuring peanut butter. Now, let's talk about the co-founder of the brand, which is Steven's wife, Brittany. Brittany Merrill Yeng is a chemist turned attorney and worked alongside her husband to help develop and grow the brand. Their love is deep-rooted because they both grew up together. So they became friends in elementary school, eventually becoming high school sweethearts, and now they have blossomed into a lifelong partnership, which again would come full circle in the development of the brand. So like we said in the restaurant, the peanut butter whiskey shots was a big thing, and Steven decided to try to turn it into an actual brand. However, they were forced to fund it themselves because nobody was trying to hear that, okay? If you think about whiskey and peanut butter, a lot of people weren't believing in it, so they had to turn around and self-fund this whole project together. They worked on it for 5 years, and Brittany used her chemistry background to help master the formula. Working on the brand pretty much exhausted all of their funds, but they took the risk and persevered. Ultimately, they created a unique whiskey, allowing them to take a break from the ins and outs and the heavy work of the restaurant industry and spending time together as a family. After Brittany was able to get the formulation down pat, they launched in 2019, and one liquor store gave them a chance and let them sell 4 cases to introduce the whiskey to the world. And then they took off. So prior to that, they were receiving a million no's, but sometimes all it takes is one yes. So after 2019, they sold 2 million cases, and they have become one of the top and fastest selling whiskey brands in the world. The name Skrewball is made as an homage to reflect the feelings of being an outsider, a black sheep, one who isn't afraid to be the odd man out and crave to be different, the same way that Steven's parents did while escaping adversity in Cambodia, and the same way that he did with bringing the whiskey to life. It's also a nod to Steven's grandparents, who unfortunately passed for being free thinkers during the Cambodian genocide. And also with him moving to America, I could imagine being an immigrant wanting to integrate, but it's funny how sometimes when we're younger, we think that we're so ashamed of certain things, our upbringing, but his upbringing is what eventually helped him to become the success that he is today. So shout out to Steven and his family, and so much respect for them to coming into the US and making things happen. So with such a rich history, you know, like I always say with the episodes, one of my favorite parts is doing the history on the back end, because I would have never known that. I didn't even know that Skrewball was an AAPI brand. I love it. We love peanut butter, we love whiskey. So now let's get to the fun part and taste it and learn about the properties. All right, y'all, now for the fun part, my favorite part, we are gonna taste this, and I have been fiending to taste this. I've had it in the fridge for some time now, waiting to film the episode, and I was just like, I'm gonna be a good girl. I'm not gonna take a little sip, you know, because I wanted my reaction to be organic, okay? So, I can't wait. Honestly, though, I really love learning about Steven's story and his wife. I think it's so dope, like, your wife is a chemist and a lawyer, so that came in the clutch. It makes me feel like some people just have their lives ordained, you know what I mean? So that's really cool. Even though they received so many no's and basically no help in the beginning, they were basically able to use the skills that they already had to make things happen. And again, sometimes it only takes one yes to make things come to life. So let's get into it. All right, this is a whiskey made with real peanut. I think it's just whiskey, peanuts, and sugar. However, Brittany, having a background in chemistry, according to the site, she basically distilled the peanuts so that people with peanut allergies could enjoy it. So that's what they're saying. It's basically saying that she took the peanuts, distilled them, and took out the protein, oils, and allergens that causes the allergies. So people with peanut butter allergies, you can enjoy it. I would say check out the website anyway, just to be sure, but that's what they're saying. So I think that's really, really cool. Okay, so Skrewball is 35% alcohol by volume, so it's pretty strong. And I think I bought this for like $30. So depending on where you buy it from, anywhere from like $26 to $30 or $40. So I think it's a pretty fair price. And they also have them ready to drink. So that this way, if you don't want to like buy a whole bottle, you can get them in the cans, which I think it's pretty cool. And on the website, they also have a peanut butter eggnog. So had I known that, now I'm fiending for it to, I mean, I could buy it now, but I'm fiending for Christmas to come now so I could get that. You know what I mean? But I think that's so good. I don't know what I'm expecting it to taste like, but I love peanut butter. Like, that is my problem. Like, I love it so much. So I just can't wait to get into it. So let's do it without further ado. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I did it. It's the claws, you know what I mean? So, ooh, I smell the peanut butter. Okay, so I have my little glass here. Go, go, go. All right. And also, this has won so many awards. I'm just gonna take a look at my notes. After the debut in 2018, they received the double gold in the flavored whiskey category in both 2018 and 2019 New York World Wine and Spirits Competition. And apparently in 2019, it was named the gold medal whiskey at the 2019 Los Angeles International Spirits Competition. So that's dope. Oh, even more awards. Double gold in the 2021 SIP Awards, Fire SIP Awards. And they were named the 2020 Impact Hot Brand Award winner and Best New Product in 2020 Market Watch Leader Award. So they have all these accolades. I think just bringing the brand to life, you know, after learning about Steven's story is an accolade in itself. So I am very honored and proud to be able to feature this. Shout out to them. I love a couple dynamic duo. So it's finally time. So cheers. Oh yeah, that is nice. This is nice, okay? It's sweet, but not too sweet. Like I always say in the episodes, I'm not a fan of sweet drinks, but obviously naturally it's gonna be sweet with some peanut butter in it, but it is smooth. Like it made sense, you know what I'm saying? Like what would make him think to do that? Like obviously I know he grew up with peanut butter like being a thing, but it's really good. I feel like you could just have it warm, but for me, I was like, let me just put it in the fridge. So I prefer it cold, I think. It goes down like a whiskey, but it's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but the contrast of the flavors makes sense. Like you taste it being whiskey, but then it's just like the undertone of peanut butter in it. Wow, they really did the damn thing. Like it's a little like viscous, it's a little thick, but I'm really enjoying that. Like you could definitely make a good, like now I can understand why they would have an eggnog. Now I'm curious as to the type of drinks I can make with this. Like I feel like I just enjoy this neat, well on the rocks preferably. I think it would just be better for me cold, but nah, this is really good. And yeah, I'm excited that they were able to branch out to the ready to drink, because when I went in the liquor store, I saw them with the cans and I was like, isn't this like a bottle already? So I think what they did was they focused on getting the formula right and then making it ready to drink, which I think has like 2 shots of the whiskey in it for the ready to drink. But yeah, I'm digging this. Oh my god, I love it. It's really, really good. Like it's hot down, you know, it's hot going down because it's whiskey, but yeah, like no wonder. But now I'm thinking too, like I wonder if the restaurant, it's OB Noodle House. I think they probably still serve the OG shot. So like I said, when he first started, he just took a shot of whiskey and put peanut butter in it. And that's not sustainable like in a full bottle. So the fact that they worked for 5 years to make this happen, which is a testament to show that sometimes, you know, like it isn't overnight success stories, you know? A lot of the times now, especially with social media, we're just seeing like the successes, the good parts, but it's a lot of work, blood, sweat, and tears that goes in behind these brands. So I'm just loving that. One, I'm loving that he was able to, you know, escape adversity, you know, as and becoming from Cambodia, you know, getting involved in the AAPI community, and then using that to formulate a successful whiskey. I'm loving this. I can't wait to have this at the barbecue. Like this is something nice to sip on. I'm trying to get away from like the sweets because like I said, like Reese's, the peanut butter cup, this is my jam. Like I be trying to stay in the gym, but then afterwards I'll be like, you know what, I deserve a peanut butter cup. So maybe instead of a peanut butter cup, I can have like once a week or whatever after a long week, I could have some of this because it's so good. And I'm not just saying it, like this is something that I definitely put on the shelf. So yeah, I implore you all to check it out. I'll link the website there. Again, check if you have peanut butter allergies. From what I read, you're all in the clear, but still, you know, do your due diligence. Good price and super delicious. So maybe on another episode we'll make some like drinks with it, but for now I'm just good with this. So shout out to Steven and Brittany. Yeah, shout out to Skrewball, okay? I feel like I'm a little bit of a screwball myself, a little odd, and I love the message that it stands for. So love, love, love. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Quirk and Curated. We'll see you next time.